We're using AI in order to both deliver and process that information directly from the user to the RIT staff. So how does our product actually work?
The staff member will upload their form onto a web page, and then the AI will read this form and create a voice conversation based on the form information. A phone number will be generated for each form, and the clients can call this phone number to respond and fill out the form. All the user responses will be collected, and a spreadsheet will be updated for the staff member to view and download. Our product eliminates the need for paper forms, and also there's no need for a person to process completed forms. It's inclusive because our product is administered in multiple languages and also for those who are visually impaired. And the phone call will only continue if the user gives a valid response. So this ensures valid responses.
Okay, so how does our product actually work? So here we have it. So this is what the RIT staff would see, and what they would do is they would upload their file. So we're going to upload that survey that they had, which had ranked questions and free response. And what that does is it generates a phone number which we can call that is associated with all of the questions that are in the form. So I'm going to call that number right now.
You have a trial account.
Can you hear?
Hello, this is a survey for refugee and immigrant transitions. Please choose a language: Spanish, English, French, German, Italian, Portuguese, or Japanese.
English. Okay.
Great. Could you please tell me your first and last name?
Okay, for demo purposes, we also have, what happens is after the phone call is recorded, then an Excel sheet is generated with the responses that are associated with each one of the phone call responses, and every phone call response would have a separate entry on that same spreadsheet.
Okay.
Okay, so then what if the caller decides to speak in a different language? Here we have it in Spanish. We'll just play a little bit.
Gracias, Salinas Gómez. Ahora, por favor, califica del 1 al 5 cuánto estás de acuerdo con esta afirmación. Mi inglés.
Thank you.
Okay, congratulations. Good job, guys. Judges, do we have questions for team S and D? You can ask one question if judges don't have questions.
So if someone tells a field value which is like out of domain from what is listed, how do you handle that?
So if the response is invalid?
Yeah, if let's say you asked first name and they randomly told some address.
Yeah. We didn't mention this explicitly, but we're using Brainbase. So in their code, they actually allow for you to specify, like keep asking the question until a user gives a certain response.
Valid.
So their product checks for that.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
Perfect. No more questions? Cool. RIT has a question for you.
So I had a question. Thank you so much. I'm from RIT. Thank you so much. This looks wonderful. So I have a question. So there's certain languages, yes, on your online phone. So would it be like Dari or Pashto, or like language, other language other than those you shared? Like.
We're using Brainbase for the language interpretation. Brainbase currently supports 7 different languages.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks. Thank you so much. This is amazing. Thank you.
All right, cool. Congratulations.
Is that yours?
All right, and Team Joe. Team Joe. Okay.
Are we up next at the
WSR is here.
Oh, it's
You're on deck.
Hey guys, my name is William. Introduce yourselves.
Hello everyone, I'm Sankalp. Hey everyone, I'm Ram.
And we tackled the issue of the form extraction and how to reduce the need for manual data entry. And we wanted to ensure that the product worked really across lots of use cases, different languages, multiple files, all of these things we can do to streamline the workflow for the NGO. And we got a lot of great feedback from Juliana. So, Julia. And I want to just do a quick demo of how it works. So you simply come here to Form Extractor. You would take one of the PDFs that's been filled out by a member or a client, and you simply click Upload, and it's going to process. And so we thought a lot about what model to use, because one of the challenges here is how do you take this unstructured data and structure it in a way where it can render correctly into this table, which you'll see updating right beneath us. We did try using Brainbase, but we ultimately decided to use the Google Flash 2.0 Gemini model. Did an incredible job of allowing us to get this data with a little bit of prompting and render it. So what you can see here is you have all that data that was just collected from that document available for you to see, and you have both kind of these numeric rankings for various queries along with an unstructured prompt here. And it's amazing Gemini's ability to grab unstructured kind of text responses and render it. So that's the product. And if you wanted to, you could actually do concurrent uploads as well, of up to about 20 files before the browser breaks. So that's Form Extractor. Thank you. Anything you guys want to add?
Is that it? You have like another minute.
It works in
What
every
did you do
language,
today?
too.
Tell us about your day.
Hey, shout out to Windsurf, by the way. Shout out to Windsurf. That's changed my life. So we're very excited about that.
Nice.
Do you want to show the bulk upload?
I don't have the other PDFs.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay. Judges, do we have questions? Yes.
Yeah, it's great work, Will. I've been sitting with you guys, and I've seen the kind of efforts you guys have put in getting this working. And it's very quick as well, and it really can help the NGO. I just want to tell you, Julia, so this can really cut your lot of data entry efforts. It's a quick jiffy. It's uploaded, it's structured, it's digitized. My question to you is, let's say if they want to, so this is good for one type of form, but if they want to try different forms or maybe extend some of the form fields, how, I know it might not be easy for now, just because given the time you have, but how easy it is to extend this to other forms and extend the form to different fields?
Really pretty easy. Just what we saw with the Flash 2.0 model from Gemini, if you haven't tried it, highly recommend it. You give it very little prompting, and it really figures it out quickly. And so it takes a very little bit of prompting for the model to understand the intent of the file. Obviously, we'd have to kind of customize our templates, because we ultimately have to drive that data into a structured table here. So we'd have to build like different templates you could select to correspond to different tables and columns, but I don't think it'd be very hard at all. Do you guys want to add anything?
No, that's pretty much it. I would say if the form fields are same and it's structured differently, it's not a table, it's probably something else. It's just a form field, a drop down or something, but it still has the same content. Gemini would be able to structure it in a JSON. So a bit of background on how this works, right? We give the PDF and we ask Gemini to give it in a JSON. And we take that JSON and we are using Airtable's API to push it in there. So if we'll get the JSON no matter what. So we're confident we'll be able to support
like no
multiple
prompting,
prompts.
with like basically no prompting.
No change in our prompt, literally.
It's next level.
Okay, that's great. You guys need to talk to RIT after the event, so we want to see that in production.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's give Team WSR a round of applause. Congratulations, it was nice and fast. Yes. Okay, on deck we have 110 Lunar.
Hello.
110 Lunar. Yeah, let's come. Let's be on deck. All right, you ready?
Yeah, sure. So we're Team Jaw. That is Jackson, Amit, and Will. And we also decided to work on getting the handwritten documents into an app of some sort using AI. We also decided that Gemini would be Flash 2.0 Flash would be good. We actually went with the experimental version. And let's see. Let's go to the actual demo. So what we have here is this is the app. This right here are the actual documents in photographic images. So we can take this, take these files, drop them in here. We'll call it demo. And we tell it how many files there are per form, because there can be multiple files or multiple images, and we'll process it. And yeah, some of the problems, we experienced a few issues with complete accuracy, but we can take a look and compare. So for whatever reason, when the prompts that we used had issues reading specifically the the agree disagree commentary, because I believe because the OCR of that, doesn't really identify boxes or X's in boxes as input as well, but maybe using, I think that could be resolved with a little bit more prompting, a little more experimentation, or at least improved. So let's see, this is the actual sampling of the XLS spreadsheet that we got out. And where did that go? There we go. We can just do a little comparison. So the first one is just a sample. We can see that it's 12/12/2012. The sample last name, it actually read the actual handwriting very well. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, sample open, 1, 2, 3, 4, sample open, 5, 4, 3, 2. 5, 4, 3, 2. So that did a great job on that first one. This is an actual one that we got from RIT. Let's see, 20, 25, 3, 13 is a little different. But we have Roly, God, I don't know how to say her name, but let's just say Miss Santos. She said 3, 3, 3, 4. So they didn't quite read that. But like Ms. Santos, finding a job's important. So we got that actually got there, and we got 555 in terms of its input. For the next one, this is Joe Schmo. No, this is James Bay, excuse me. James Bay, the infamous James Bay. 3423, nothing, and 332, so it misread that. 23. So
and we are at time.
But that's basically the demo, so we could take multiple
Cool.
files. Thank you.
Congrats. Do we have questions? No? No question?
What model did you use? Gemini?
Yeah, it was Gemini Flash 2.0, the experimental model.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. I'm sorry, yeah.
I was just going to ask, is there a reason you went with Gemini instead of like GPT or like Claude?
Well, the reason there's definitely a reason. When I looked at OpenAI, the APIs are not ready to accept images that I could find immediately. So decided to go with Gemini, which was like clear on how to accept files.
Okay, awesome.
Yep.
Thank you. All right, your turn. You're plugged in. What's going on?
The second slide, not first.
What is this? Where did you get it from? Cool. Next will be Empower A26. You guys will be on deck. Can you come here?
Hello.
All right. Whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Hello, we are 110 Lunar, and today we'll be talking about 826 Valencia Challenge Number 1, Writing Assessment and Roadmap. So what is 110 Lunar? 110 Lunar is an AI software that generates based on the writing rubric we got from Valencia, and we're gonna implement it into our AI. So what's the purpose? The purpose for 110 Lunar is to tailor to 826 Valencia's teaching style and to adapt it to our AI agent Luna. This will help students from K through 6 by giving them in-person feedback since it's more focused on one-on-ones. And for 7 through 12, they will submit their assignments or their docs through online feedback, and they will get annotations as well as commentary.
So now to talk about our project's architecture. To start, we have students have the ability to upload their documents or their essays, whether it's a PNG or a PDF. And then we take those files and pass them to Llama Parse, which is a service that allows us to extract text from these various file types. This is then passed to our multi-agent architecture, which is powered by Brainbase's LLM framework. And so we have a layer of agents where the outermost layer represents the individual categories from the grading rubric, such as ideas or organization. And then we have sub-agents within the categories representing the individual attributes of the different categories. So for example, in organization, we have sentence structure and paragraph structure. And then we pass that afterwards to our AI or to our instructor, where they could see the AI grades and the feedback, and then they can provide their own feedback to the student. And then for our demo.
All right. So here's the start of our app. So this is what the user will be seeing. So it's really user-friendly, kid-friendly, you know. And then this is an example of the data. So it's handwritten so that we can streamline the process. Okay. And then you can drag and drop the file. Right. So it's going to take parsing it using Llama Parse. And then once it's completed, it's going to take you to the Turnitin UI. Oh, shoot. Sorry. So it's going to take you to the UI, and then it's going to load the comments. And these are the AI-generated comments right here. So it's giving the user feedback. And then if the AI parser did any mistakes, you can also fix them here. And then you can also choose the organization, the rubric that you want to choose. And you can see the feedback right here that also gives from the AI. So very easy to use and also kid-friendly.
Cool. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do we have questions?
Questions? Sorry.
Yes? Yes?
So you guys said you used multi-agents and sub-agents, right? What's the difference? What is each agent or sub-agent doing in the architecture?
So each agent is handling, I can actually go back to this so you could see, but essentially each individual agent, or there's layers to our agents, right? So this outermost agent, there's going to be 6 of them, one for each of the categories from the rubric. So organization, ideas, all those. And then within those categories, we have individual grading criteria. So that way it's more in-depth instead of just like an overall general kind of
Scoring instead of just scoring,
So,
more
yeah.
detailed feedback. Okay, okay, got it. Very cool demo. Good job.
Thank you.
Great job. And my question was, I didn't see in the demo, is there any chance you can customize the rubric or give the ability to customize kind of what it should be graded by?
Yeah, so that's kind of one of the better features of our app is that you can change the rubric. So we have just the 6 prompts or the 6 grading categories for our prompt, but you can always, it's modular, so that way you can add more as maybe the requirements for the grading, like the instructor, maybe they change the requirements per year or something. You could change that prompt so that way it includes those new rubric categories for that.
And how would you guys be able to do like math or like geometry or something like that? Do you think like the system could extend to that, or do you think it's like a text-based system?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, it might primarily focus on writing, but if you did want to incorporate like math or any other things, the Llama parser can actually extract the equations, and then you can go from there.
All right, awesome. Well, great job, guys.
Thank you so much.
Oh, good job. Congratulations. So next we have Empower 826, and on deck we want to see Flare AI.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name's Emily. My partner, Caitlin, and I built a tool called Empower 826, giving voice to student writers by accelerating the publication process. Before we jump into a demo, I want to quickly talk about the problem we're solving. So we found out that 826 Valencia runs awesome programming that helps students publish their work. We found out that when you pull back the curtain, the team behind that program is spending hundreds of hours getting that content publication ready. We talked to a few members of their team to understand exactly what that workflow is to get from writing content to the final publication. And we found that while the team does spend a bunch of time on copy edits, there's also a lot of time spent on just compiling all of the written content into a single document to get it ready for publication. We built our app to realize the greatest time savings and value across those 2 workflow steps. So jumping into a demo now, I'm going to show you the first part of our app. So welcome page, there's the compile step and the review step. I'm going to exit out of here. Let's say I want to take all of these students' pieces. This is a document that has all of the written pieces that a student has put together over the course of their writing program. So I'm going to take the URL of this folder that contains all of the students' documents. Let me quickly connect to my Google Drive. All right. Connected to Google Drive, I'm putting in the folder path, or the URL to this folder, and then I have a spreadsheet here that shows the written piece selected for each student. Put this together. We're going to match the documents within the folder to each student. I can check to make sure that these matches are accurate. If they're not, I can edit them, but they look good to me. And now this is going to extract the pieces of content from each of these documents and put them together into a single folder, a single document, so that I can start drafting. I'm going to open this up, and now I have kind of the skeleton of a publication.
So you can see we really designed this around the team at 826. We put everything in Google Docs because that's the way they organize their files already. We don't have to set up another database, and it's also pretty secure. The other part is this story editor where we put everything into one page so they don't have to click into different pages. They just import a document from Google Sheets, and then they have a very easy to follow workflow that's very intuitive. There's not much of a learning curve here. You just click these buttons, and AI will go ahead and make edits, and it's also like a interface where you can make edits yourself.
Cool. Well done. Judges, do we have questions? No? All clear? All right. Well done. Congratulations. So next we have Flare AI. And on deck we have Brainbase Sims. Brainbase Sims.
Put it up. Whenever you're ready. Oh, show it. Put up the demo. Right. Yeah. Where's screen? Oh my, wait. No, it's not mirroring. What the? Wait one sec. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so we're going to be tackling 826 Valencia's challenge statement 1. So we're going to dive straight into the demo.
So right, this is our product, Flare AI. It's an inbuilt text editor along with AI features. So just to show you, it has all the usual stuff you would find in your text editor. And with this button, a teacher can scan the QR code or click the open the browser to upload their documents to extract data. After which, our AI agent will retrieve the text and then generate it here in a nice formatting for each page, which the teacher can use to see different insights about the text, as well as make some comments. Seen here. Next, we can also generate metrics, which will look something like this over here, where this is generated by AI for the different 6 rubrics that the teacher has in 826 Valencia, and you can view different details as well on the grading. After that, there's also a check grammar feature, which will automatically generate different comments for all the mistakes in punctuation, grammar, and spelling. And lastly, we have 2 different features, like generate assignment and generate report. Generate assignment, so it just loaded the comments for earlier. So generate assignment creates a personalized assignment to each student based on their data stored in our Superbase database, as well as, so this will be used by the teacher to send to the students to improve on their mistakes. And then the generate report will take all the data that we showed you just now and make a nice report that the teacher can print to showcase the student on how they can improve their essay writing abilities. And right at the bottom of the report is an AI hotline that the student can call, which Manoj will be showing you now.
You have a trial account.
Hey there. So what can I help clarify about this essay? Anything specific you're curious about or need more details on?
Yeah, so my teacher told me I got on overall a 2 out of 5 for my diction. Can you tell me what went wrong and how I can improve?
It sounds like your teacher might be pointing out issues with word choice and clarity in your essay. It sounds like your teacher might be pointing out that the word choice in your essay could be improved. Diction refers to how effectively you use words to convey your ideas. In your essay, there are some areas where the language could be clearer or more precise. For example, instead of saying, "I was so confused," you might use a more descriptive phrase like, "I was utterly baffled." Also, watch out for spelling errors like surprise instead of surprise and locker instead of locker. These small changes can make a big difference. Do you want help with any specific part of the essay?
Okay, could you repeat what you told me, but in Spanish?
Parece que tu profesor está señalando que la elección de palabras en tu ensayo podría mejorar. La dicción se refiere a lo bien que...
Yeah, thank you. So that agent was deployed on Brainbase.
That was good. Thank you. Judges, do we have questions? Yes.
So the inline editing that you guys showed with the suggestive recommendations, right? Is it all through prompt engineering, or what kind of prompt engineering that you have to do to get that?
I'm sorry, can you repeat your question?
For the suggestive edits that you showed along with the scoring, did you have to do prompt engineering?
Oh yes, we did prompt engineering. Everything is outputted by the model in JSON format, which we pass and process.
And what models did you use?
We actually have two ways to do it. So we do have Gemini models using either 2.0 Flash, Thinking Experimental, or 2.0 Pro. Main reason is because 2.0 Flash Thinking couldn't do JSON output. So we use that
For the format.
Things that doesn't involve outputting structured formats. Yeah, but actually we also integrated the brain-based agents by rewriting their brain-based runner Python script and connect to their webhook and send out requests, and then use the return response to display on our UI. Yeah.
It's for the grading rubric. So the brain-based agent is for both the phone agent and also for the grading rubric. And the earlier part where we're parsing the data through like our camera and then we're sending it here, that we're using Gemini for that. Yeah.
The multi-modal one.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Lots of features you did in 2 days. Impressive.
I have a question on the usability part.
Yeah.
So since kids might have a different starting point, okay? So is there a way you can tweak your model? Because I don't want to have the same feedback given to the second grader versus given to the fifth or sixth grader. Or somebody is in fifth or sixth grade, but he comes from a different country, and English might not be their first language. So although he has that IQ level, but from the language side, basically he might generate those ideas, good ideas, but his English grammar skill might not be that good. So you need a different tweaking with respect to usability point of view. Do your product supports that?
So there's a few ways that we can do this. Is either we decide on a few categories and then we have different prompts for these categories. But also because we uploaded our data to Superbase, so all the history data is there, and we haven't implemented it, but on future roadmap, there's actually a fine-tuned pipeline, which we will take the history data that belongs to either a certain grade level or belong to a specific student, and we will be able to fine-tune it. Yeah. Another reason is because there's not really any free fine-tune services out there, so we couldn't fine-tune it during these 2 days. Yeah.
But yeah, just to add on to that.
Very, very fast.
Yeah, so we're using the rubric that they provided to do this. So if we just switch out that rubric or have multiple rubrics, we can do it for the different levels as you mentioned. Yeah.
Amazing. Well done.
Thank you.
Congratulations. So next, it's gonna be brain-based Sims, and on deck we're gonna have Rooted in Resilience. Rooted in Resilience, can you come here?
So can this stay here or?
Which one? When I go to the Google spreadsheet.
We will need to take out of the presentation.
Guys, whenever you're ready.
So just click exit, right?
Yeah. I'll vote for you.
Sure. Hi, fellow engineers. We have an urgent problem to solve. This is how the RIT collects feedbacks from their students. With 600 of these, it takes 20 working days for them to fill and transcribe into the database. That's why we created the smart surveyor. Our smart surveyor is a
Brain-based power AI voice assistant that convert this whole manual process into just a simple phone call. Here's for the demo.
Thank you for calling the RIT Survey Center. Could you please tell me your first and last name?
Hal Embrick.
Thanks, Hellenbert. For the following statements, please rate your agreement on a scale from 1 to 5 stars, where 1 star means totally disagree and 5 stars means totally agree. Ready to continue?
Yep.
Great. How many stars would you give for the statement? My English has improved because of this English class at RIT.
5 stars.
Awesome. Now, how many stars would you give for the statement? Thanks to attending this program, I feel more confident using English in my daily life.
4.
Thanks for your rating. Now, could you share any suggestions or feedback on how RIT can improve the English program? Your input is really valuable.
Maybe we could incorporate more creative writing assignments that would just make the experience more enriching.
Thank you very much for taking the time to provide your feedback. Your input will help us improve the English program at RIT. Have a great day.
Bye. Demo done.
All right. So this is really just the first step. The power of AI is much more than this. It represents how we can convert all the manual labors into automation. Just to give an example, one of the questions that was asked on the form is for the users to evaluate their own English skill. That could be done by AI as well, because the AI could evaluate better than the person themselves. Time for Q&A.
Cool. All right. Do we have questions? We can give them a round of applause. It's not because they are quick to demo that they didn't deserve it. All right. Well done. Yes.
Yeah, I can ask a question. So what happens if somebody gives a wrong input? For example, instead of getting the numerical answer, like 1, 2, 3, 4, or some say in text format, or I don't know, or something. Do you handle it? And if you can't get any input, what do you do? The application stops or it moves forward?
So first of all, we created a interactive UI for the surveyor to create the questionnaires. And inside that UI, they can choose what type of answer they expect from the users. And once they have that selected, Brainbase actually provides a validation check, so we can follow their logic to make sure that users give desired answers.
In addition, I would say we would love that people give long answers. It would mean that RIT means some job with people being confident, talking in English, for example. So that's why we have to manage that by design, because we know that this is the purpose of this kind of report.
All right, great. Thank you. Thank you so much. Nicely done. Next, it's going to be rooted in resilience. And then we're going to have the team Walk and DEI. Walk and DEI, please come here. You'll be on deck.
Okay. Hello, everyone. So we are here to empower the RIT team, transforming their data challenges with SnapScan. Meet Alberto. He spends hours each day sifting through piles of handwritten forms. We know that issue, deciphering messy handwriting. Fifth graders are answering these questions. I am a mom of a fifth grader. I know how irritating that is. Imagine snapping a picture of a survey and watching AI actually extract all of that in an instant, right? So introducing SnapScan. In a world where time is so precious, our SnapScan, the product that we've built, delivers accuracy in a snap, literally. SnapScan done, say goodbye to errors, wasted hours. Let's see that in action.
Hello, everyone. So this is a form that we have from RIT right now, which is generated probably using Google Docs or MS Word. Let's see how we can make this better. Alberto here logs in with his Gmail ID, which he'll further use to see the survey details and everything else. This allows him to create new forms. Just one second. God. Just 1 second, guys. Sorry for that. Can we do the demo in like 5 minutes? The backend is having an issue. Can we do the demo in like 5 minutes? Sorry.
Okay. Maybe we'll get you at the end. You come back at the end.
Yeah.
Okay?
Sorry.
Sounds good. All right. So next, we have WOC and DEI, and on deck, we're going to have Atlas GJV.
Hello, everyone.
It's not loading up.
You guys ready?
It's not loading up on the screen.
Sorry. You need to mirror. What is it? You just need to mirror the screen. Okay, it's here. idea.
Maybe we could try another port. Like, is there another one? I'm not sure.
Let's keep going. it's not mirroring since
We
it's
could just
supposed to
switch
be
to a different
mirroring.
laptop and then come back.
Yeah,
later.
maybe if you have a different one. No, I think it's just a matter of, I don't know why the screen is not mirroring on the main display. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Sorry.
All right, we got it
Okay, we are
working.
back.
Sorry, guys.
All right.
So we made the 826 text editor. I'm Medhav, or Mehdi.
I'm Omar. And I'm Jover. As students, we wanted to help out 826 Valencia's mission, and we just created an AI tool that helps cut that significant amount of time it takes for the wonderful staff of this nonprofit to edit students' papers before publication. I saw like a figure, there's about 400 students for less than 10 staff.
So some of the features that we included was directly uploading handwritten papers to be parsed into a digital document. We also offered an AI copy edit assistant, which allows you to do quick fixes with AI, such as fixing grammar, fixing capitalization, other style choices. And we also integrated a brain-based chatbot that helped with more sophisticated edits.
Okay, now we're going to do a demo. So this is our text editor. You can do pretty much anything text editor does. As you can see here, any formatting. And then we can do we can call the AI assistant so just type some stuff. So we click the Ask AI button and then it fixes it. We could also upload documents that parses through. And then we can just run the Ask AI on the whole document. The only issue right now is that we're using like a really terrible model. We're just using the light Gemini 2.0 flashlight, so it doesn't do it very well right now. It's mainly because we can use a better model on free credits. So there's some errors, but it mostly gets it. And then we also have the chat app, which we're still integrating. So it calls to the brain-based API, but it doesn't return anything yet. And then feature updates. So we're gonna integrate the brain-based API so that it can store drafts of each student and then request them through the chatbot. We're also gonna make AI assistant. The AI assistant make specific edits, if you just want punctuation or capitalization, and then also use Rust backend for better performance and rest of school. So that's it.
Is that it? Cool. Well done. Judges, any question? No? All clear? All right. Well done. Congratulations. So next, we're going to have Atlas JV, and then CBA will be on deck. CBA team, please come here.
Being born and raised in the mission and a participant of 826 growing up, I am happy to present Captain Quill, which is our tool that addresses the first challenge, optimizing 826 Valencia's staff's time in reviewing and grading writing projects by efficiently providing rubric adhering scoring and personalized feedback. Our solution provides an easy-to-use interface with two options, which is either to type in a transcription of a student's work or upload a text file and get automatic feedback from our brain-based agentic framework.
So our competitive advantage and the things that are innovative about our solution is that tutors can edit the feedback that the AI agent responds with, and they can also edit the score in case if they feel that there are some changes to be made. And it also helps to train the model later on in the future based on how the tutor rates the feedback. And we can also provide an overall score for each student along with the scores provided for the categories. And we also track student progress over time for future reference and faster student improvement.
All right, now for the demo. So here as a tutor, you come to our landing page here and you're presented with two options. You can either upload or enter text. So for now, we're going to upload a text. You enter their grade, the story title, and then their text here. And so what happens when you click on grade, it sends that string of text to the agent model, and basically it compares that text with the criteria that was provided by 826 Valencia, and it bases it off of each category here. And so you'll see here it gives an overall score. And let's say you like this one, you think it's actually exceptional, you can say awesome. I think I need some help here. And then you can actually just save this to an Excel sheet. And so now you can actually like track this for future improvements.
So the impact of our products is to give each student summarized, personalized feedback to look back on in the future. Our agent speeds up grading for staff. There's a staff of 10 at 826 Valencia who will be serving 400 students, and if a tutor takes around 30 minutes to grade one assignment, it can be reduced to as low as 5 to 7 minutes, and that will help 826 Valencia achieve their goals of, for example, augmenting their workforce of staff and volunteers and reaching hundreds more students.
And so we have some next steps in mind where we can help the tutor compare the scores with highlighted areas in the preview. And that will also help them just gain trust in the AI's decision making. We have an overview of the student's score and areas of improvement and strengths for personalized feedback, as well as the ability to see a dashboard, and we'll get set up student profiles, and you can hover over to see progress over time.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well done. Questions? No more questions. Yes, we have one.
So you guys said that they can do inline editing and upload it back to Excel, right? Is there like any security breach there in terms of data coming out of that grading system, or how do you think about having those Excels not free floating?
So you mean security regarding tracking the information on the Excel sheet?
Yeah, to take out the data from your Captain Quill outside and access it.
So right now what we have done is for the Google Sheet, we have enabled a service account. And the credentials for that service account is only available for this particular application. So the owner of the Google Sheets and the service account, which is basically which is connected to the app, can only access the Google Sheet, and nobody else can. Regarding the data with the application itself, so that is completely handled by Brainbase, so that is also secure.
Got it. Even the dashboarding that you push this data to get the aggregate scores?
So the dashboarding is like a future step that we want to do to add it to the profile, but that is something that we can enable with role-based access for every tutor.
Got it. Pretty cool. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you. Well done. All right, so next we're going to have CBA, and Grade Jenny will be on deck. Grade Jenny, please come here.
Hello everyone, we are Team CBA, a Canadian, a Brit and an American, coming together in this interesting time to show we can actually still work together for the purpose of good. And we all have backgrounds, well, families have backgrounds as immigrants, so we felt it was most appropriate to target problem 3 for our RIT. But let's take a step back. The bigger problem we're looking at challenging is the fact that manual data entry into software is still incredibly common. We've all been there before. You walk up to a reception desk, someone gives you a paper form, you write it out manually, give it to them and watch as they painstakingly put everything back into a spreadsheet. In fact, over 40% of roles still say that data entry is over a quarter of their work. In particular for RIT, Julia spends hours on this every marking cycle, or taking over 600 documents and putting them in one by one. This is incredibly inefficient, not very fun for her, and therefore prone to error. So we wanted to solve this, and we wanted to just solve this specific problem really, really well. So we made a website that works on desktop and mobile that turns forms into Excel 10 times quicker than what's currently available. Really simple, 2 steps. Upload a form, download an Excel. Here's a quick demo. So I'm going to select some documents. We can select one or more. Oh, sorry, this button here. And you can choose either the English form or the Russian form that they have, or upload your own custom form. I'll just show you what these look like in a second so you can see what it does. So these are handwritten forms and scanned PDFs in different languages. And really quickly, you can see that this will turn into an Excel format. I won't go through the details here, but you can download it and check that it outputs exactly as expected. Looks good to me. So why is this useful? Well, super cheap for us to do. It costs less than a cent per document. It's really quick to do. The more you do, the quicker it gets. And the model's super accurate. We optimized the tech stack. We spent a lot of time yesterday making sure we're using the best model. Happened to be Google Gemini. For some reason, everyone did the same thing. And this means it can save RT hours every marking cycle, saving over 5 minutes per form, and they'll have a good time using a nice app rather than having a painful process. So what are our next steps? Well, we'll work with RT further to make sure the solution is actually fit for purpose. And then, even though we want to do good, we think this is a viable business. So we just want to make a small unicorn, scale to the moon, and exit when we have a high valuation. We're also going to be rolling out our mobile app. So here's a sneak peek. It makes this process even easier. You can choose forms of different languages. I'll speed this up a bit. And the idea is you can just do this all from your mobile phone as well. So you can take pictures, and it'll all be really streamlined. We have 15 seconds, so I'll talk you through our team as well. Superstars, we're all great. If you feel like investing, let us know. And we have 3 subscription plans, typical SaaS. We always recommend the Pro option. And we have some great margins, so definitely invest in us. Thanks.
The next unicorn is here, right there. All right, questions? Yes.
Yeah, I'm glad to see some test data around here. So, and you made some comment on how economical this application is. Can you provide me some idea? How did you test this? You came up with 98.5% accuracy. And how did you test this? And how did you come up with this data?
Yeah? You want to talk about this? Where do we get the figure of accuracy for? How do we get the model accurate?
How do we get the model accurate? Okay, so
how did you come up with the test data, say test number, like it's accurate at like 98.5%?
Got you. So we essentially analyzed the content and how many errors there were. So when we were doing our testing initially, as some of the other groups may have mentioned, there was some inaccuracies with the OCR capabilities of other models. So first we had tried Mistral's new and shiny product. Unfortunately, there was some hiccups in terms of distinguishing some of the fields. So that's where we really started to do side-by-side comparisons and kind of track those metrics or make note of those metrics there.
How many models did you compare side by side, and how were they performing?
Yeah, so we had tried, if I'm not overlooking any, 4, if I'm not mistaken. The 5th was the one we landed on, so Gemini Flash. So it was Mistral, Mistral's OCR, Mistral's small model, which has vision capabilities, ChatGPT, and then we also tried a llama-based model as well, so Laba, just to see if we can utilize an open source model, but they just weren't up to par for this application here, because it still would require a lot of manual oversight. Yeah. Yes, and Gemini has the ability to output structured output, as it was mentioned before, so it was very consistent in terms of our data validation as well. So we're making sure that we have a security in place as well. So, that's a consideration.
Awesome. Thank you. So next we have Great Jenny, and Mind Flyers will be on deck.
Hi everyone, I'm Saurabh.
Hi everyone, I'm Pooja. So the challenge that we picked was the first challenge, helping 826 Valencia with AI-driven, human-centric, and we wanted to bring some fun and some engagement in it. So we tried gamification in the rubrics and everything. So let's start. The first stage was of understanding the user needs and the pain points. And there are two users in this scenario. There's a grader and there's a student. And then after understanding their pains and challenges, I created a UX demo of it. And so we wanted to focus on creating a full dashboard, an end-to-end solution from where you start grading to like tracking the student progress, tracking their overall class progress as well. And then this is how we start. Go. So here you would see, for the volunteer, you would see what is happening today. Then you see all the badges that the students have earned, the student names, title, their project titles, their scores, their feedback summary, and actionable insight of what to do next with the student. After that, if you wanted to upload an assignment, you would go here, you would upload an assignment. But for now, I'm just gonna show the next screen of how it would look once it's uploaded. Once it's uploaded, you see the student submission that's transcribed by AI. You could like possibly change anything if required. After this, the grading rubric is also determined by AI on the rubrics that were given to us by 826 Valencia. And you could also change again the rubrics in this. There's a total score that's calculated after the rubrics. When AI is grading a number, it's also telling you why it graded that number. After that, then it gives a feedback. So it summarizes the feedback into really simple language where you could generate it. If it's something that you don't like, you could always change that, regenerate it and change it. Save that feedback, export it as a PDF. So the student does not need to be on this dashboard at all. It's just the grader who could just like download this feedback and send it to the student and could edit it. Apart from that, they could track the class progress. Based on this, they could add more assignments in the class, change assignments. And yeah, we'll move on to Saurabh.
So for the demo, we looked at the brief and made sure that we are following whatever the requirements of the graders are. So we gave them a secure login interface which uses magic links, and I'm going to show you the workflow for uploading the assignment. So
super quick.
Yeah, so this is the writing assignment that we have got, right? So we are using OCR, Mixtral OCR model for this to transcribe into text. And then I have thought about using a RAG-based approach. So currently the RAG-based, the pipeline is not working, but the approach was that whatever the grading rubric is, we are creating vectors for it and vectorizing all the grading rubric into different scores. And based on that, so where you saw in the UI, we are creating the grading rubric for each student. Also,
okay, we have to stop. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have questions? Yes.
You found better model accuracy with Mistral? Like, did you try any others? Because I've been hearing Gemini was doing good.
Yeah, so Mixture, it's a mix of good and bad results. Sometimes it's good, but it definitely needs a reflection LLM with, the OCR LLM to make sure that the output is correct. I want to try different LLMs that others have tried, possibly Gemma 3B, which is a new one. So I'm going to try that and put that into the pipeline with my RAG.
And the first dashboarding that you showed, is that fully functional, like the grading and the...
It's a Figma prototype.
Okay, got it. But good ideas.
Work in progress.
Got it.
All right, perfect. Thank you for the demo.
Thank you.
Good job.
Sure.
Yes, you can leave it here. Are you plugged?
No, yeah.
Yes? Okay. So next, we have Mind Flyers, and on deck it's going to be the Bootstrappers.
Before we begin, I just want to say thank you so much to Gokhan and his team, as well as Abhinav, the mentor, for answering all my questions. And sorry if I was being too nosy, trying to figure out why something's not working. I can get like that. But, been a crazy few days. Before we begin, I do want to make sure we're focusing on 826 Valencia's problem statement 1, and then our main idea, or why we built this project, was all about A, cost efficiency, and B, reducing the need for 826's entire team to go ahead and start typing out each individual.
Let's get started.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was already presenting. Never mind.
Okay. All right. So let's rewind and let's do it now.
Awesome. I'm just going to continue. So, yeah, our entire idea was to be cost effective and then reduce the need for having 826's entire team type each and every published paper out and then submit it for grading to the National English Academy. So we built a small little solution using React.js and then LLMs, as well as the API that we were given. And then the way this works is we take all our students' writing, that's PDF documents, text, etc. We did try using Mistral's OCR, but that drastically failed because if you try and upload JPEG images, it doesn't process it, only PDFs. Sad. But we switched that out to Brainbase's SDK, where we created a single worker and then attached a flow to it, whose sole job was to take in all the input or all our PDF files that come in, pull all the text from those PDF files, and then send that to our backend API that then ngroks those files so that we can send it out to our LLM. And then if you want to talk about LLMs.
Yeah, sure. So jumping onto the LLMs, I tested out quite a few models. One of them was GPT-4 Turbo without training, and we actually wanted to keep it cost effective because 826 Valencia is actually a non-profit company, so we wanted to make it as low cost as possible. So I tried Mistral 7B Instruct, Llama 3, and GPT-4 Turbo without fine-tuning, and they were not so good. GPT-4 was better than them. I generated synthetic data with prompt tuning last night, actually, and we were given 6 data, and I actually did prompt engineering, generated almost 50 data, and used quantized low rank adaptation, which is a type of parameter-efficient fine-tuning. And it actually, I tried both Mistral and Llama 3, and comparatively, Llama 3 was a lot better. It just had a validation loss of 0.045. And yeah, so thanks to Onslaught, because of them, it's possible to fine-tune with so fast accuracy.
Awesome. Moving on to the demo now. So before we begin, I do want to mention that since we exhausted all of our data sets in training the model, we actually hand wrote a few of our submissions, and then I can show you guys one sample really quickly. So let's take this for example. This is a set that we generated. let's move on to our demo. A very basic front-end portal that gives you options as well as color codes all the results for your holistic score. You can give it any name. My summer break. Let's upload that. Hit submit. I promise I'm almost done. Ta-da!
Almost done. Okay.
Everything's color-coded.
Let's do it in 10 seconds.
Awesome. Everything's color-coded, and you also get feedback for your entire essay or draft or picture that you post. So, yep, that's
That was fast.
Thank
Well done. Do we have questions? Yes, we do.
You did fine-tuning with Quill, right? What's the cost effectiveness? I didn't fully catch when you deploy your fine-tuned model. Is it smaller because of the size and your inference is fast?
Right. Yeah. So basically, it's if I just take a base model through like LLM casual generator. So it will be like 250 times slower because Onslaught provides a really fast, it's like a 4-bit quantized model. So it's pretty fast. It is actually running on my MacBook locally. So it's free. Everything is free here.
Got it. One other question I had. So you didn't, because the accuracy is so good, you didn't have any human in the loop. The scores are pretty good already, the ones that you generated.
Right. So we handwritten like 5 data sets and yeah, he can show you
yeah,
the
I can
example.
show you another example too. EG2, and then I should name it better. Zoo Visit. Then let it do its thing.
Okay.
So basically, we utilized all of the 826 Valencia's data because there were only 6 essays provided. So we used that, and then we generated our data, like I think it was approximately 40 essays more. So it took quite a while. So
Pretty good.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, well done. Cool. And we move on with the Bootstrappers. And on deck, it's going to be R&D.
Okay. The perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you. Choose BC, yeah? Hello, everybody. We are the Bootstrappers. As you can see, my 2 teammates here are from Washington, D.C. They were here yesterday. They shipped the product today from the airplane, so very good dedication here. Who are we? We are European friends. We met in Bali last year. We became friends, and we're all bootstrapping our own companies. That's why the Bootstrappers. We decided to help 826 Valencia edit and publish children's books, so challenge 2 was keeping a child's tone of voice. Mostly it was Melly here who convinced us to do this. She has her own children dance company in Austria, so she's really passionate about education. And I've also worked with a lot of nonprofits. I know I found 826 Valencia very inspiring one to allow children to publish books. So that's why we decided to help them. The challenge was that editing children's books is just time-consuming, and it was also hard to do with ChatGPT because they must preserve the unique tone of voice of the child. So yeah, we decided to solve this. So what we did, I'm just going to show you a demo here. Look at this. Just have to reload this one. Let me see. Okay. One moment. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So the Story Spark editor, you just start by logging in with Google because they were all using Google Docs at 826 Valencia, so any of them can already use this app to start editing their Google Docs. So what it does is it instantly shows all your documents, and you can simply press the document you want to edit. When you press this button, what happens is an AI agent from Brainbase starts to edit the document and starts editing it so that it's ready for publishing whilst keeping the child's tone of voice. It's actually creating a new document inside Google Docs so that the whole team at 826 Valencia can just keep working Google Docs, doesn't have to use any other interface or be stuck on that. And as you can see, it's now creating the new document, and what will happen now? Brainbase agent is at work here. There you go. So in our interface, you can see the original document and then the edited one. As you can see, it's some changes made. Then when we go here, we can find that a new document has been created right here. And that they can just instantly start editing the rest of it. Super easy to use, and and just built for usefulness to instantly start being used by the team at 826 Valencia. So to benefit the time savings and the voice preservation for the child. Thank you very much for Brainbase for providing technology, for 826 Valencia for their amazing work in the community, and also for AI User Group for organizing all of this. Thank you.
Thank you. Questions?
How did you ensure that voice preservation happen? Means the kind of tone the children has that writing that remains intact.
Yeah, very good question. So what we're doing here mostly, if you look at the text, what it's mostly doing, it's keeping the tone of the child, as you can see, but it's just adding some punctuation according to their style guide also, so that it's just more easy to read, right? But as you can see, it's still the same text. It adds some alineas to make it easier to read, but while still preserving the child's voice.
All right, congratulations. Congratulations, remotely. Well done, well done.
Wave, guys.
Congrats. Cool, so next we have R&D and rooted in resilience. This is your time to come back. This time, it's gonna work.
Okay. Yes. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Sometimes. It's not always magical.
It's not always magical. It works.
Nice.
Okay. You ready?
Ready?
Yes. Hi.
You're ready. Okay.
Yes, it's all good. Hi. Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, thanks again for everybody organizing. I'm Davide. I'm here with Reba, and we built Evaluation Assist, trying to help 826 Valencia with their mission. Our framework is trying to help teachers provide feedback to more students. Currently, we heard it a couple of times. They cannot provide feedback for everybody, and something else that we wanted to focus on was helping the different instructors to provide feedback longitudinally over time, which is something that is possible once we essentially start storing data, historical data, right? So as we used Streamlit as our framework, we were able to upload some of the images directly from our phone. I will not show it to you, you'll have to trust me on that. But essentially, here we will select the author name, essay title, and then you can select and submit one of your files. I'll just upload any file. The interesting challenge here, which is just technical and kind of boring, is that we can also upload several pictures in case the same, in case one essay took more than one page. We have a small word cloud that it's working sometimes. I'm glad that it's showing right now. And the feature I was talking about earlier is actually this longitudinal tracking that
I really hope can help just a few instructors to be able to see the progress of a given student if they're not able to follow them through the whole journey. Here we see this group bar plots is just showing all the grades and comments that have been provided by our models. And in this case, we can kind of click through different essays and see detailed comments, the pictures. I think that one of these has like the multi-page. I'm sorry, I'm very excited about the multi-page, so I really wanted to show you that. So key highlights. We have author profiles and search. We can automate grading, show the feedback, and show the text that has been parsed through OCR, as everybody else did. We use the Streamlit, a SQL database to store data, and you can deploy it locally. Features, it's mainly about the customizable rubrics and bulk upload. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you. Yes, no? Question? Yes.
Can you talk about the security? You said you can deploy both Streamlit app and the backend without leaving your desktop, or how do you handle data security?
Yes. So essentially, the database is local, the Streamlit is running locally, and then you could deploy your own model, but if you use APIs, you kind of are guaranteed to not be trained on that data, so that remains private as well. And so that's the local deployment that I was talking about.
Got it. You still use model calling through APIs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Which model did you use?
So we ended up using OpenAI's models because we needed structured returns, and so like that was the main motivation. Yeah, we have actually in the repo, again, technical, but and potentially boring, but we have a testing framework that we were kind of sketching. Yeah, because you want to be sure that responses are consistent and they align with the grading rubric correctly. We used the same process as everybody else with like the different prompts, different sub-agents, like I think that we all converged to a good solution. So like, yeah, that's the part that I skipped. I wanted to really show the longitudinal stuff.
You said everything local, right? I thought if the model was also local, that's why I was asking about the security.
Yes. Now, in this case, the model is not local.
Got it.
You like spinning up Olama is not
Makes sense.
a challenge. I don't know. Yes.
Cool. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That was great. All right. Round 2. Rooted in resilience. They are resilient. They come back.
Rooted in resilience, indeed.
Okay.
Okay, hello again. We are here, team rooted in resilience, indeed. We are here to help the RIT team, with their data challenges. This is Alberto. He is going through the whole process of sifting through piles of handwritten forms. We know how annoying it is to kind of see messy handwriting, like, all of the 5th graders filling out responses. I know I'm a mom of a 5th grader. I know how it feels. So we've developed this new tool called SnapScan. So it transforms your surveys into organized data without you having to lift a finger. So SnapScan done, goodbye to errors, all of the wasted hours. So let's see how that works. I'd like to invite Sanat, who will walk you through SnapScan.
Hello, everyone. So while we were trying to demo earlier, we got plagued by one of the most common errors, course every web developer would know this. So here's the form that we were trying to recreate, and as again, we will log in with a Gmail account that will be used to view the spreadsheet later. The user can just go ahead, enter the name of the title, and for now we'll just load a dummy form and generate the survey. So while this is generating, the main problem with having a standard form like this one is that you don't know very easily what data this form would relate to. We tried solving that problem by including a QR that we have mapped to a unique ID that would be linked to a spreadsheet. Coming to the uploading part, solving the actual problem itself, we have two options. You can either use our web application and just select the image, and that would process the data. It would scan the QR code, find the sheet ID, and upload the data. Another option is when you want to upload data in bulk, you can just go to Google Drive, link a folder, and all you got to do is select all the images. And once it is uploaded, the agent will start processing this in the backend, and all the data will be transcribed and uploaded to the spreadsheet already. So right now, as you can see, it's empty. We're still processing that data. While it's getting processed, let's walk through how we have actually implemented this. The easiest option would be to obviously use a large language model, but when we tried doing that, the checkboxes were never being detected correctly. It was almost having a 40% error rate. As you see, we created our own form. So that gives us an advantage. We know the boundaries of each checkboxes, and we used OpenCV to check right inside the checkbox to see if it has been ticked or not. This helped improve our accuracy by a lot, and it ensured that our tracking was way better than others. Coming to Brainbase, we tried integrating an agent that would allow you to just call the number and get a feedback on how many people have filled up a certain form, or what's the average score people have filled up for a certain question. This allows people to get a feedback, and instead of a dashboard, it just allows you to view the data directly. The main thing is we tried addressing the security concern by keeping this completely local without talking to any online large language model. We'll come to questions now.
Cool. Well done. Yes.
Hey, thanks. Great project. So I wanted to ask about the Brainbase use. So, was it in the document part or just the voice part?
It was for the analysis part. So the person, the admin of the platform can just call the number or chat with the agent to get an idea on how many forms have been submitted for a particular form, or how many responses have been received, and all that data. So
Is that part built out?
Sorry?
Is that part built out?
It's almost there.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Thank you.
Is that it? Cool. Well done. Congratulations. And that was our last demo. Well done, guys. You did a great job. Judges, we're going to go in one of these rooms and start deliberations. These judges are very fast. I can tell you that. So I think in like 15 minutes-ish, we'll be done and we'll be announcing the prizes. Until then, you can just stick around, and we'll be back soon.